Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. Hello, Good Game here. Pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide video, showcasing a new Simic Merfolk deck within Standard Best of 1. This is a blue and green aggro deck that looks to take advantage of spamming your opponents with tokens via the Deeproot Pilgrimage whenever a non-token Merfolk becomes tapped, and we will be tapping those non-token Merfolks at will with the Enduring Vitality. So we're going to get into the deck list a little bit more in depth if you're interested in just a moment. Of course, it will be in the description below if you want to grab it to import it into the game. Of course, after that, we'll demonstrate the build within our Diamond Ranked gameplay footage against some of the best players in-game, just so you gain a little bit of a better understanding of how to pilot the deck against the current meta. And of course, we'll conclude with our channel news and wrap-up thoughts for the build as a whole. So again, thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. But most importantly, just kick back, relax, and enjoy. So like I aforementioned here, we're going to be making tokens with the Deeproot Pilgrimage for 2 mana. This is an enchantment, and whenever one or more non-token Merfolks you control becomes tapped, create a 1/1 blue Merfolk creature token with hexproof. And then we're going to be tapping our Merfolks one at a time with the Enduring Vitality for 3 as a 3/3 with Vigilance, and creatures you control can now tap to add 1 mana of any color. When the Vitality dies, it will be returned to the battlefield as an enchantment, which is quite nice. So we will retain that ability, which is crucial to the success of the deck. Okay. So it's just like a bunch of Merfolk in the build. Some of the most prominent will be the Mindspring Merfolk, a 1/1 that can exhaust for 2+X to draw X cards and put a +1/+1 counter on each Merfolk you control. So the big draw here is nice because we're kind of flooding in our creatures tap for mana, which allow us to even like play more creatures, and this will help us refill to continue that pressure. And it's early drop as well, which is quite nice, and increasing the aggro through the +1 counters is fine. The Prime Speaker, Zegana, is here as well for 6 mana, so a little bit expensive. And as a 1/1, it's going to enter with +1 counters on it, where X is equal to the number of other creatures you control, right? So we're going to go really wide with those tokens, and then this will enter in as, hopefully like a 7/7 or something, and you'll draw cards equal to its power. So a second way for us to kind of refill our hand here. On the front end, one of the more important cards will be the Vodalian Hexcatcher for 2 as a 1/1 with Flash. Other Merfolk you control get +1/+1, and then you can sacrifice a Merfolk you control to counter non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. And ideally, we're going to be sacking the tokens from the Pilgrimage to make sure that there's no field wipes or any single target removal that could kind of throw a wrench into our plans. Opening up our attack lanes with the Floodpits Drowner here. We do put in a substantial amount of damage, so this can really seal the win and give us the tempo advantage for 2 mana as a 2/1 with Flash and Vigilance. And when it enters, you're going to tap a creature an opponent controls and then put a stun counter on it. Furthermore, you can pay 2 to tap itself, which would trigger the Deeproot to shuffle itself and the stun counter creature into the owner's libraries, right? So that's pretty cool. We'll also utilize the Deeproot Wayfinder for 2 as a 2/3. When it deals combat damage, surveil 1. So that's going to help us find key cards like the Pilgrimage, like the Vitality, and if we happen to have a land in the graveyard, we can put it into play. So that's going to ramp for us as well. But typically just here to help us dig for the important cards, right? And then, Jadelight Spelunker is just kind of like filling the void within the deck. Not very important. For 1+X, playable on top of the Vitality. You can dump all your mana into it, which is really nice. So it's kind of a mana sink for us, I guess. Will be our saving grace here. As a 1/1, it's going to explore X times when it enters, which is pretty cool. And then the Scout, which is just 1 mana, can explore when it enters as a 1/1. So a little bit cheaper, but this has got a much higher ceiling, so they kind of still fulfill the same role there. And it is just helping us find that second forest so we can slam the Vitality and hopefully have that Pilgrimage in play at which point, you know, we're just tapping Merfolk one at a time to make mana, making multiple tokens each turn, and, you know, sealing the deal. Again, if our opponent has anything that we don't like, with a Tidebinder, 3 mana for a 3/2 with Flash, you can counter a target activated ability, triggered ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker, and then it's going to lose all of its abilities if it was countered this way. So this is pretty cool, right? We can shut down key cards and their abilities. And then the Sentinel here, you know, exploring as well, helping us get that land, put in more damage when it enters or attacks as a 3/4 with Vigilance. You will create that map token, which is pretty cool. Cavern of Souls here, naming Merfolk so we can't be countered, obviously. And then the Passage, basically for the Wayfinder. So it's always got a land to pull, thinning our library of the basics, so we can, you know, draw more important cards, right, with our Mindspring and our Prime Speaker. That's the deck. Really excited to showcase this for you all. Been having, you know, so much fun with it. Winning games, too. We are midway through Diamond 2, which is fantastic. So having fun, playing a new deck, winning games. Very excited to showcase that to you all. Decklist, like I said, in the description below. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel while you're down there, but kick back, relax, and enjoy today's gameplay. Let's keep 7. Opponent's going to go first. 1, 2, 3 here looks fairly favorable. There's nothing to take, but they do see our whole hand. And that's never a good thing. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Why aren't... I swear, if I keep pulling lands all day, this is going to be a long one. Some days it's all lands, other days no lands. It's kind of hard to balance. That's crazy, dude. Just stop. All right, let's get the catcher in play. Losing our enduring. I mean, the rest, it's just land. It's so sad. That's why there's not another one. You're out. Let's explore. You're good. I think I just attack this turn. I'd rather put my mana into it next turn for like a substantial draw, just since we're so far back. As long as it can survive. Just an Annex. I should take it, shouldn't I? Just lose the Scout. I think the Mindspring is more valuable long term. If for 1 they gain 1. There'd be no draw. Just take our hit. And we just want that Mindspring to survive this turn. Ouch. Doesn't really do much now other than the draw, which is kind of what we're all here for. I'm going to explore. Like, what's the point in drawing a card if we already have one to play? And for 5, they might not consider it a threat as well, you know, if it stays as a 1/1. The Vigilance is definitely a threat. 4 mana. Taking care of that Unholy Annex kind of seems awkward, but I think long term will pay off. Sentinel's great. I would probably remove the Sentinel just because it's whenever it attacks, right? No, they take the draw, which is not bad either. But now I can just like kind of win the game, right? Which is also not great for them. Right? Forcing the block because they didn't take a big creature, which just replaces it, you know, like I can't guarantee that that was the right play by them. I like that actually just for the counterspell. I'm going to hold land in hand in case they like pull any discard, you know. Let's smash. They're going to block the middle enduring, question mark. And then survive. Or Sentinel and survive. Probably Sentinel and survive. But then no survive, because we get to take it. Tricked you. Then we're going to explore on the other enduring. I like the flash. It should be good enough. Land stays. Slasher's a good card. And that's a good game. All right, opponent's going to go first. I don't mind the hand here. This is pretty good. Definitely a good start. It's going to be Merfolk. Exploring here. Ah, yes. Mono black. In the house. No. This is a Dimir deck. Blue as well here in the hood. I'm going to double play nothing because that's not a basic land. Whoops. That was on me. For some reason, I thought this came in unlocked. I was thinking it was the Pale on Life. Ah, yes, more removal. People are really good at that today. So let's unlock our land. And I just need to start double casting. This dragon's going to ruin my life too. Let's explore. Technically that should go. Pass. Simba. You cannot be here. Okay. Our turn, really. I'm going to play in, I guess. Try to. This is sorcery. Just counterspell. Okay. Land out. Pilgrimage out. Does it land? They can easily just wipe tokens, though, which hurts. Like a lot. Oh, man. Removal, 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 removal. They will not stop. Murder, dude. Sacrifice this land, search your library for a dragon, reveal it, put it into your hand. I actually kind of like that in a control deck. That's pretty cool. Oh, they're not even going to take it. Unlimited land. Let's explore. I mean, that's not bad. Passing. 2 cards in hand. Maybe we get away with it. I feel like they overstepped their boundary by not using that as an omen. Because we win this race. But they do have that other dragon, which could be good, I guess. Let's take a forest here. Oh, we had a Sentinel there we threw away, didn't we? I'm doing it. I'm just refilling my hand. How do you not? Right? You gotta just refill your hand while you can. Maybe this is what wins us the game here. We're keeping pace damage-wise. That's fine. And this is like... Yeah, I think that's correct. This worries me, though. Like, does this have lifelink? What dragon is this? Oh, the River Regent. I love that alt art they have. This is like... someone who likes this deck. That's cool. I'm just gonna give him a nice... I mean, that's fine. That's really cheap to play. I think I tap it now, take the attack. Make my token. And I think I'm going to hold up Tidebinder, play the Hexcatcher, only if I need to. They could have another one of those counter spells, hey? Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hello, hello, hello. Nice. Sneaky damage. All right. I mean, not a great start, but it's going to be good enough. A nice turn 1. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Explore with our Cenote Scout. No, that's a lot of land. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. Unlimited land. Let's hit for 1. And just explore 1. That's a good card. We like that. And, do we think this is like a, an Oculus deck? Or is it a control build? I kind of feel like it's... Or maybe it's just the, Omniscience deck. That very much could be as well. I guess we'll learn. I think it is Omniscience because they're using the Omniscience sleeves. It would be on theme. Okay, Pilgrimage is out. Hit for 3, make a token. Ay, 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 papi. What's up with these land draws, homie? 3. Exploring 3 times now. Just needs another Deeproot, I guess, right? Deeproot needs to be in play first. And then just digging for it. Lockdown dunks on us so hard. Oh yeah, there it is. One and only. We don't really have much to sacrifice. Then our library hit for 4 to 12. I do want to keep it a surprise, or they'll just remove it first. But maybe they overcommit. Interesting. They must just like not have it. I need something that's not a land because this is crazy. For 1. No. I mean, it's only 1 damage though. They're just looking, right? Let's get our Merfolk land back active. We can't be countered and can still counter them. Back in action. Really? Dude. What does mine say? I want to surveil here. Then we attack. Oh, nice hit. And just thinning our library here. Of what is another land. Like that is. And I'm going to take the passage to thin one more time. Putting a stop so we can do it on our upkeep, right? Man, I love this game. Nice. Well, there goes our counter ability. The village. Can't counter anything. And now I think they just win at this point, right? I think we could have definitely had the win if we didn't draw 18 lands in a row. Good game, though. All right, opponent's going to go first. I like the hand. Could be a little bit better, obviously, with Deeproot and Vitality, but we'll push through. We're going to try our best anyways. An Omniscience build. We do have Cavern. Which will be nice. They're tapping out on the turn 2. So I might slam in Vitality. And then these can be the Hexcatcher. Oh! I'm just going to slam it. Hit for 1, make a token. Okay, we're good. I think the Hexcatchers with the Pilgrimage should help us survive any shenanigans. Like that lockdown, which they probably definitely should have kept. Vitality out. We need to keep 2 mana up. And I have to do it now, so there's no counter, actually. Should be good. Lots of tokens to sacrifice now, right? And there's no Mist Rise to play around our counters like there was before. Push the team up and hit home. Thanks for playing. Can't disrespect the Merfolks. That's actually really impressive. Going first, keeping 7. Force to begin. Nightmare, discard Prime Speaker. Double drop. Have some lands, which I appreciate if it's a discard deck. They're basically just draws. We should just be looking for Deeproot, but this is a good card. I'm going to keep it. Toss the land, play Vitality, don't attack, play Hexcatcher. Maybe. Ouch. Straight up disrespectful. For 3. Rejected. -2. Doubling down. Oh, wow. I'm keeping lands to dodge the talent. Guess we should have played one of them. My bad. Ooh, going for it, huh? I think we might just like get them here though really quickly. If for 7, make a token. We've got the sacrifice and lethal, so it should be good. Nice, dude. That's kind of where discard can be bad, right? It's when your opponent has nothing for you to hunt. On the Drizzaw, I think we can keep 7. Just wing it. We don't always have to be a hero. Nothing for them to take, but it's my 18th mono black match today. Loving that. Let's get started here. See if we can pull a third land. Might just skip 2 though, if we don't. Bat. Might even just take the Drowner. Certainly make our decision a little easier for us, even though I'm already committed. Ooh. All right. Cut down. That's fine. I would have taken the other creature for sure. But we all live our own lives. For one. Cavern can't be used on anything, right? It's just for creatures. I do want to get Hexcatcher out before they eat our hand again, though. Okay. This is a forest. We should spread it, even though that didn't really get one. You gotta be really selective about going for those, you know, the Deeproot Pilgrimage, the Vitality, I think it's called, the Glimmer. All right. Good looking hand. We just need our Deeproot. Just getting a 1-drop in. It's removal bait and also like land later basically, and also powers up, so it's good to have. I might sacrifice if it's like a Sheltered by Ghosts or something. These tokens are nice. I don't know if they're going to be enough, though. Hopefully this goes to 3. No. And it's not even a forest. Come on, dude. Bro! Scavenger, don't ghost me. I mean, you can. You try if you want. We don't want them to have trample and double strike, right? I might regret that, I don't know. We hit the Manifold Mouse or the Hero? Kind of feel like it's the mouse. The Manifold Mouse, right? I guess they're both mice, but... Alright, we're changing our mind. Brutal. But we're dead with double strike lifelink. Like, this match is already over. Right, not getting that forest held us back too much. Sacrifice myself now. Brutal, right? A little bit far back on that second forest than we'd like to be. Right, we should have had these tokens to sacrifice to take out the ghost. Not losing our whole core team, which we were kind of forced to. Why such a meaningless attack? Ah! Just keep pushing it up. We can make these tokens instant speed, right? Did they have a rage? Yeah, I mean, they always do, right? Dang it. I think that's just lethal. Good draw. We were coming back from it, but what do you do? On the draw, hand is here. Could be worse. No one drop, mono black. With the rest. You know how many times this has happened to me today? It's like 1 in every 2 matches. It's just like, okay, here's mono black. And not only that, but turn 1 duress. Which even though has been whiffing and not hitting anything the majority of times, it's still just like, come on, dude. How is it, like, you claim your game is, oh, it's the meta's so good and you can play anything. It's like, well, why is everybody just playing 3 things then? It's insane, dude. Crazy. I'm gonna sacrifice myself, kill that, right? Such a good card. We never like to sacrifice ourselves. We're supposed to be sacrificing token. Another one? Brutal. Okay. I mean, this is shaping up to be a pretty nice hand for us as well, though, right? Play a big, dumb creature. Come on. Do it. I know you want to. Big old demon. There it is. Thank you. 7. I don't think we need to explore anymore. We'll just keep up the flood pits. And this should be easy lethal. Cool card, what's it do? Nah, I need to gain him a bunch of life, right? Still looks pretty good to me, though. 7. Yeah. Unless they have removal. Which would be an absolute necessity at this point. Let's sacrifice this instead, right? Three, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Potentially. Let's see if we get it. Non-land, come on. Nice. Smooth. Oakley dokley. Love the deck. Performing really nicely, but you know, still losing some games. But you know, that's Magic. You can't win every single game, specifically with a quote-unquote tier 2 deck, which is fine by me. You know, I'd rather have fun, brew a new deck that can compete as best as it possibly can, than just grind that same deck over and over and over and over, right? You know, we're playing against the same decks we've seen for years now, and I just can't imagine those people doing that every single day, which is why I'm here, to showcase original builds for you guys, so you can kind of get out of that rut. You can play something else, you know, and it's still gonna win you matches, and it's still a lot of fun, and by learning how to play it effectively, you'll actually end up deepening your understanding of the game, which is, you know, probably good. Talking about some things here, that was Flood Maw here, Filter Out, also hitting everything. It's important that I mention the Life Engine, wherever that went. I see a lot of talk about this. Lifecraft. Oh, it's already there. Oh, it's right below it. I'm blind. I chose the Enduring Vitality in my build over the Lifecraft Engine, because crew, you'll have to tap them all together at once, whereas the Enduring Vitality allows us to tap them one at a time, generating, you know, sometimes twice or 3 times as many tokens each turn, which I find to be substantial. This is quite good, though, because it has the Lord ability, which is certainly not bad, so something that you could consider maybe including in the deck as well, running them both potentially. You know, we've got a lot of other stuff here. I was trying the Doppelgang, you know, to copy Pilgrimage. It's not as consistent as just running it low end. Mutation for counter, but we're just using the Hexcatcher. Primal Might for fight, but who cares? We're just bashing in, going wide. Spelunker we did end up running. Inga and Esika, similar to Vitality, similar to the Lifecraft Engine, allowing our creatures to tap for mana. Another really good Merfolk, I didn't get a chance to run the Deepfathom Echo. You know, I love this, and it can copy the Hexcatcher, which is cool to push up our whole team. Pushing up the whole team also would be the Adaptive Automaton, naming Merfolk here, obviously. Copying, potentially, the Hexcatcher could be the Fleshcrafter and the Spellthief. And then, you know, we had that removal and interaction that we talked about earlier. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking with the deck currently. If there's anything I missed there, or if you have any opinions on those things, you know, that's why I said that's where the comments are for. And just thank you again. Have a magical day. I'll see you soon in the next, and take care.